Good morning and happy Tuesday, lovelies. It is sunny again, thank God. So grateful for the sunshine. It is freezing. The pond in the park was like half of it was frozen. What do I have on today? Today is coding day, so I had a bunch of like deadlines last week for work that with things I needed to get done. Actually had a hard deadline, which is typically not that common, honestly, in terms of what I do as a PM. But I was putting together some design stuff, more design work. I was so happy about that. That needed to go to the printers, which I haven't done print work in forever. So trying to get back in the mindset of designing a brochure or a flyer instead of a website was interesting. It took me a little bit of time. So that was fun, but I need to work on getting this other website for work redesigned and launched. And today is my focus day for that with a late meeting. Went to bar class last night. So good. I can start to feel my muscle coming back. And so I'm hoping to up my attendance to twice a week, and then with Pilates at the end of the week. Pretty happy about that. Unfortunately, so I was talking about doing travel planning yesterday, and unfortunately, we're not gonna get to go to Georgia for a wedding in May anymore. They have to reschedule, but it's okay because it was gonna be super close to a trip to Seattle. So, and Jay's basically traveling. He's doing all the traveling right now. He was basically going to be gone March, April, May for a week or two. It all works out, though I'll probably try and replace that weekend with something for us to do. But it's been nice to have the sunshine out, and I've been deep in the birding, trying to find birds, identify birds. Maybe if it's nice this weekend, we'll take a trip out to the countryside and do something. I also really need to go get my nails done, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to go to London, so I might go to a local woman. I might go to my esthetician because I know she does it, and I'll just get a normal color, and then when I go down to London to do my hair again, and we'll do some fancy spring nails. Ooh, and I should probably plan some Easter nails as well before we go to Seattle, because I'm bougie. No, I love going down to Iris Avenue and getting my nails done. They do such a good job. Though I wonder, the last woman who did my nails was so nice, and actually recommended builder gel. So no one else has ever done that. That being said, one of my nails still snapped, but it's still hanging on. It's weird. Maybe I'll just do some regular polish to give the nails a gel break. And I mean, it's already coming up on time for me to go get my hair done again. Wait, no, that would be 6 weeks, not 8 weeks. Anyway, why is January the slowest month, honestly? Anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm rambling and not saying much. The whole reason I started this video was because I'm once again unhappy with my space, and not necessarily this is a mess at the moment, but everything over here. And I think because it's still sort of in a state of limbo, need to prioritize getting carpet, and then I feel like I can start to switch things out. I would like a nicer chair for the corner, some sort of book situation. The mess of towels and whatnot behind me. Maybe I'll shuffle some things around. I don't like using my Apple display camera because of what's behind me, and I think that's actually a better camera for meetings. So maybe I'll do some shuffling and see how I feel. And then I've got a lot of copies of my book, and I don't think I need that many. So I need to figure out a way to perhaps get rid of those, or maybe I don't want to store them upstairs because the loft has a bit of there's a small hole in the roof, and so it's quite cold and not very protected from the elements up there. Like when you go upstairs, it feels damp. So anything that's paper up there is not safe. But that would be a whole other section of things, like a whole other thing of books. Which also reminds me, I need to try and find a shipping company to ship some boxes here, because it would be great if I could get all my Halloween and Christmas decor here. But I have a heavy, heavy, heavy box of books. Oh, my to-do list is like, I really need to just write everything down in one spot instead of trying to break it out by each week. Because I feel like the April goal of getting rid of my storage unit is very ambitious. But even if I could get things into like a smaller storage unit, that would be great. I have things to think about, and that being said, I need to start work, so I'm gonna put my headphones on and start coding. I finished all my meetings. I have mostly. Do you need to go potty? There's no way. Please wait. Okay, I finished work for the day. Jay was supposed to be back like 45 minutes ago at least, from a funeral, but I think they all went to the pub after, so he's not back, which is fine. But I just sent out I think I mostly completed my to-do list, except for the ongoing website stuff, which is never ending. Sent out invites to an event we're hosting in June. I have booked travel to San Francisco, and I'm trying to figure out, this is so dumb, I'm trying to figure out which airline program I should go for, because I primarily fly British Airways. I have status with Alaska, which is a partner of British Airways, but because I am based in the UK now, usually always fly BA because they have direct flights to Seattle and direct flights to Phoenix, and then if I need to get to the East Coast to see my brother, they have direct flights to Pittsburgh, which is the main airport you fly into to get to my brother. So it makes sense that I would want to switch to BA. However, their new tier status, the new way that you accumulate points is like many other airline status programs now, where it's 1 British pound to 1 mile. Which, okay, when you include work travel, I can at least get up to silver. Gold is out of the question because that's 20,000 points. And so, trying to figure out what I value most out of an airline program. I know that sounds really silly, but when you travel internationally 4 to 5 times a year, sometimes you just want to hang out in the lounge. And even those shorter trips, lounge access for me is great, but I would love to be able to get upgrades. But I don't know how often they are awarded on BA flights, because I imagine quite a few people just upgrade themselves to business or first. But maybe because not as many people, like I've been hearing a ton of people talking about canceling their visit to the US because of what's going on there, which is fair, totally get that. Maybe there will be more open spaces. I don't know. But I don't foresee this need of traveling internationally for me to go away for a while. It's like, I know some people move abroad and then never go back home, but that's like something that's always been a priority for me. And I want to be comfortable while I travel. So I need to figure out, do I just want to go with the British Airways? Do I stick with Alaska, but then I won't meet the threshold for lounge access at Heathrow, which is the main thing I want. So I don't know. I'm trying to do all of the connect the dots and figure out what's the best airline program for me. Anyway, so I got my flight booked. Then I upgraded my flight. Because 11 hours in economy is not fun. Jay went to football. The sun is out, so I think I'm gonna go try and explore this new area that I haven't taken Vogue to yet, to see if we can find some birdies. And she knows. She knows. So we're gonna go for a walk and then come back, might do some more filming, but might just get ready for date night and then sit and read. And oh, I do want to get some dough. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. It's gonna make some bread again. I need to change. So she hasn't had a walk in a couple days because of the weather. So I'm gonna change and then go. Just don't have the footwear to go very far, right? But to go where I want to go, so I have to do a loop. So we'll see how that goes. My shoes are absolutely caked in mud. I saw a very interesting, I don't think it was a deer, but I wonder if it was a goat. It's all fenced off though. That doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It was an odd looking creature because it looked kind of like a deer, but the antlers weren't right. So I'll have to see what it is I saw. I'll have to research what it is I saw. Oh my goodness, the sun is glorious. So we did a, is it gonna tell me? That's my heart rate. We did a 3.65 mile walk. I saw I think it was a gray tail, pheasant, green finch, lots of the normal robins, and that weird looking deer animal, which I'm now gonna have to look up. I think I'm gonna make the other fish cake. The sunshine is making me want to clean this up. Really need to find a house cleaner. Just one more thing for the list. I think while that's cooking, I will do a quick tidy so that things aren't gross, I guess. Are you tired? I'm tired. The place that I went to is also, there was a big map at the beginning of the park where I did not enter, where I left. And it had all the different footpaths out into the country listed, and there's a particular area north of here that I was looking at last night because there is on Google Maps this very weird single grave with headstone in the woods marked on Google Maps. So I'm very intrigued. And I know that there's footpaths all over, but I'm still a little bit unclear about public land access and all that here. I know it's much more open than the US, but it looks like there is a designated footpath that takes me up there. It looks like a good central point to just sort of explore the countryside, which is what I would like to do. So, I didn't even get to go into the woods either because it was too muddy. So, I'm excited that that's there. Just need to get some better shoes. Date night at the plant shop.
What'd you give me?
It is not charged. It's on my desk. Alright, I've taken Vogue to meet her pet sitter. So we are all squared away for that lovely woman. So I feel much better about that. And I've already been to the store. So we're gonna go home and make bread and read. Finish Dune. Maybe start or finish another book. Maybe I should finish one of the other ones I'm reading before I start anything else. And make ceviche. Okay. My dough, so I'm experimenting with bread. I have put rosemary in the bread dough. Excited to see how this goes. And this time I'm using our oven actually has a dough proving setting. So I've got that on 35°C, which is like 95 Fahrenheit. And I just read you can cover it, but you don't have to. So I've opted to put a towel in there. So I think that will be low enough. It should be fine. But again, we're experimenting. So that being said, it's not even 1 o'clock yet. I'm going to make the coffee that I started, read. I'm feeling like it's a sauna blanket day. So I think I'll do that after I have my coffee. And then what's on the travel list? I need to look at places in Croatia for my birthday, and I need to look at tickets back to Seattle for Base Coast weekend. And then decide if I want to stay a couple extra days and go see my family in Arizona, and then which will be incredibly hot. And then maybe fly back to London from Arizona. We'll see. I spent Friday completely reconfiguring our Seattle trip though, because we cannot actually go on Easter if I want to see my friends. We had to switch weekends. So fair warning also, I thought I purchased a fairly flexible ticket. Like I never ever buy basic economy ever, because if you have to change something, it's impossible. We were in economy and then premium economy on the way back, and the change fee for British Airways was £300. My jaw dropped, on top of the fare changes, which I completely get, like fare changes, that's fine, but 300 quid. It was like, okay, fine, whatever. The only plus side is we get more tier points for status. Vogue. Leave the pigeons alone. I'm very happy with the dog sitter that I just met, so I feel a little bit less stressed about leaving Vogue for a night. It was inevitable, so I'm glad I went over there, saw the house, met a woman, lovely woman. Vogue eased up after a little bit, and we went for a WALK, and it was all good. So I think I can enjoy my weekend when we go away without panicking. Okay, coffee, books, ceviche later.